It is Fernando Padilla, who was victorious in his UFC debut. Listen, man, you've had a little time to reflect on a pretty stellar win. Just talk to me about the whole experience, man. I mean, what was the fight like for you, and the opportunity to get a win in the UFC?
No, man, it was incredible. Unbelievable, unbelievable. To be honest with you, I went back. I've been going back to like the entire week, just in general, to see how like I felt that like I kind of like talked to myself with all the interviews that I was doing and like what you were asking me. I think the one that you asked me was the one that I've been going more the most is because at the end of the day I tell you guys it's like, hey man, when I put all my heart and I put all my time into every single camp, like I know magic happened. And man, it's literally what happened on Saturday night. I was waiting for a like, man, I was so excited for this fight, and I think I show it because like I knew we were gonna fight. I knew uh, uh, uh Julian wasn't gonna just hold back and fight a different fight. He was gonna fight. You know, he was gonna there to do what I was gonna do, and it was crazy. I never doubted that I was gonna knock him down. That was gonna happen. But I thought me in my head and for all the game plan that I was doing, all the plans that I was trying to put in my head, I always see him dropping on the second round. And then third round, I might get a finish, or in the second round, I can get a finish if it happened how it happened on the first round. But man, in my head, I was already ready for three rounds. I was like, man, it's gonna go 3 rounds. I might have some blood in my face after this. You know, I was excited for that. And then it was so magical how it happened. Like when I landed that first punch combo, and then I keep following him. Like I was just in my head, like stay composed, don't just drop it right now. And when I was just there hunting already till the ref told me to stop, and it happened. Like I was surprised. I was like, oh damn! When he says stop, I was like, oh, I didn't believe it in the first 2 or 3 seconds till I hear Coach Collins screaming at me. It's like it's done, mijo, you're good. I was like, oh shit, I won. Yeah, man, it was incredible, man. It was unbelievable. Even like 2 or 3 days after the fight, I was still thinking like, oh man, I can't believe this is I did that. Like I was looking at the video because all Saturday night and all Sunday night, all Sunday in general, I didn't kind of like grab my phone. I was just with my mom and my dad. But Monday morning, and when I was like having more time for myself and I was watching the video, I was like impressed. I was like, damn,
you,
that's
you should be.
yeah.
It was, how many times have you watched the fight back since then, man? I can't. I imagine if I don't know. For me, my UFC debut, I feel like I just watch it over and over, especially if it goes like that. So, how many times have you watched it?
Yeah. Oh man, I think if I'm being correct, more than 200 for a fact.
That'd be me.
It's
I get it.
yeah. That's and I'm being generous with myself, like because I know I've been just watching it, you know. But yeah, man, incredible.
That's so awesome. So talk to me about like this whole week long, dude. I just thought you had this amazing energy about you, right? You were happy, but not like, hey, I'm just happy to be here, but like real joy. You know what I mean? Like I got a mission, but real joy. But I'm just wondering, did nerves ever set in? Like, was there ever a time where that joy turned to a little bit of like fear or scared ahead of it?
Not really. Everything went as planned. Even the weight cut, just the entire week there. Uh, I think the day of the day before the fight, it's obviously you have all these thoughts and about how it's gonna go and how it's gonna be. And I did have some moments that it wasn't scared, but it was like, what if this happened? So I have a dream on Friday night about the fight, about what just the day in general. Like in the dream, I wake up, I say hi to my coach from Chihuahua, Mauricio, and then he looked at me and he told me, he's like, "How are you, Fernando?" He called me Padilla. He don't call me Fernando. He's like, "How are you, Padilla? I noticed you're nervous." And I was like, in the dream, that's how he said it, right? In the dream, he was like, I noticed you're nervous, and I remember I just give him a handshake, and I don't remember nothing else of the dream. And the day of the fight, everything was really nice. I went down in the morning. We went down to with coach, and we moved a little bit with Coach Cullen. Uh, Nobody said nothing. We were just talking about the fight, and then when we were on the shuttle to the fight, I was just looking out the window, just chilling, and then Coach Mauricio asked me, "How you feeling, Padilla?" And I look at him and I'm like, "Damn, I'm having this crazy deja vu right now." And I look at him and I was like, "Good, coach." And he told me exactly the opposite of what I dreamed. He told me, "You look really calm, really mature. I like it." And like I kind of opened my eyes and I was like, "Hmm, okay, this is different. This is different. This might be the one." That's what I was thinking. This might be for a fact the one. But other than that, man, I think everything was the same energy. I keep the same energy, the same positive vibe, and my safe mentality about the fight. Like I was there to show that I deserve to be there. I was there for that, you know. And now it was just question of showing it with my skills, not with my mouth.
That's awesome. So you got to spend time with your parents afterwards, and I just wonder, like, that 2 years away, right? Like a lot of people, I know you said, "Hey, I never lost sight. I know this is for me. I know I'm going to get there." But your parents, who probably already think you're crazy for wanting to be a fighter anyway, right? I mean, were they ever like, "Hey, Fernando, like maybe go get a job. Maybe this isn't going to work out." Like, I mean, what was it like for them during that time? I mean, I'm sure they loved you and supported you, but did they ever like say, "Bro, like maybe you got to change the dream"?
No, no. Honestly, I was really impressed with this because I think 2 or 3 years ago, when I wasn't signed, we do have some talks about this. I was having a rough times and shit was happening. And like, I mean, 2020, it was like, man, I just want to go back home. I want to go back there. If I have to get a job or something, it is what it is. But like, man, I was stuck here without seeing them, without seeing my family. I had a really sick grandpa that he passed away. Man, it was just a full crazy thing. And I think at that time they did mention something like that. It's like, hey man, if you're gonna come back right now, it's like you're leaving everything, right? Like all the work and everything that you've been doing, you're gonna leave it over there. But if you stay over there and you find a chance, hey man, mijo, just go do it. But these last 2 years when I wasn't fighting, I saw my dad being like turning. That's when I felt the turn. Like I know he supported me 100%, no matter what, and he just wanted me to be successful, right? But before was all about school, all about this, all about that, right? And then you need to do this, you need to do that. You like when I was a kid, when I was 16, 17, and then these last 2 years, I feel that the two times that I was about to give up, me personally, when I was really depressed, he was the one. Like I always go and call them first. They are my first resort. My mom and my dad, and man, the way that he talked to me, uh, he looked at me in the phone and he told me, "Mijo, you fight all your life for this. Like you made me believe that you're gonna do it. So like you have the contract. Like you asked me, like, hey, you didn't plan on fighting somewhere else. Man, this guy wouldn't let me. My dad was like, man, you have that contract. Keep it, keep it. Like don't do nothing bad with it. Don't do nothing stupid. Everything that they tell you, do it." And he wanted me. He for sure wanted me to keep this contract and keep my mind positive and be like, man, I love that dude, man. And my dad just he knows, he knows me at this point as 26 years of my life, right? So I think he sees that on me. He sees that I really like this, that and I am like him. So he understands, like, if I put myself on something, it's all in. It's all in. And yeah, man, I was impressed. My mom is a little bit more cold. She was like, yeah, I mean, could just come back here. You don't have to do those things. But yeah, straight up. But my dad was really supportive about, like, hey, keep the contract. Let's keep telling them that you're improving in your situation, and mijo, just keep it. And I did. I
That's
did.
awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, it all paid off, man. Your perseverance paid off. So now the crazy thing about this career is that's a huge moment in your career. Like everybody's looking for that first UFC win, but that's step number one, right? I mean, that's just the beginning. So I guess where do you go from here, man? Is this a situation where you're like, dude, I got to fight again as soon as possible because I missed 2 years? Or I mean, are there dates you're looking at or locations? I mean, we're hearing about maybe, I mean, Mexico maybe sometime. I don't know. What
Yeah,
do you see as the future?
I hear that. I hear that in Mexico. I would love to fight in Mexico, to be honest. Obviously, it will be had to be a different type of camp too, because elevation and all these things. It will be fun to go back to Big Bear. I know we were gonna train there. We're gonna fight in Mexico. Um, I was expecting in my head if everything was gonna go good after this fight on International Fight Week, but I can see all that card is already taken. So I'm just gonna stay in shape. I'm just gonna stay as best as I can, and just I'm already training again. So like that's not even the thing. Uh, but if something happened for that card, I understand at this point. It's like, hey, someone need to fell down, someone need to get injured, but I'm not aiming for that. Like that's just if it happens, right? That card is already great for how it is, and but if I can get something in August, I'm pretty sure Coach will be down for it too. I would like to fight as soon as I can, obviously. Uh, make this contract that I have right now like good. Maybe sign another one next year. But yeah, man, I want to fight. I want to stay active. Keep showing you guys that that I am who I say I am, and just start going up. You know, from here, you ask me where is it going to go? I hope it's just going up, and I'm aiming for that. I'm aiming to go all the way to the top.
I love it. Well, Fernando, I appreciate you taking a couple minutes. Just congratulations. Like I said, man, your energy was infectious all fight week long, and then you went out there. And I mean, I respect you, man, because you had to make some sacrifices, and it's not easy to do that. But you stayed the course, and at
Yes,
least
sir.
in your first UFC fight, it definitely paid off. And so I hope you savor that moment. And I hope there's plenty more to come.
Yes, sir. We will see. We will see. I believe. I believe it's plenty more to come.